it's really out of hand, out of place. And I've been with Robert while I've been with Brianna, but to y'all, Robert, I feel like was making it like he wasn't even dealing with Brianna. And it's like he telling y'all she this bad person, she this, she that. But then on the low, he's still screwing around with Brianna. Just like that day she dropped Momo off at daycare. I'm wondering why Brianna ain't came back to the house. She over Roberts. I mean, like, you know, they were chilling, vibing. Robert went with us to Nene's Lounge that night. Then when we went over Robert's house, after I got a detour of the house, we sat there in the living room. Brianna fixed his remote, programmed it. We did the reenactment with the tote. I did not like that at all. At all.
Right. But
Brianna. Just like that day she dropped Momo off at daycare. I'm wondering why Brianna ain't came back to the house. She over Roberts. I mean, like, you know, they were chilling, vibing. Robert went with us to Nene's Lounge that night. Then when we went over Robert's house, after I got a detour of the house, we sat there in the living room. Brianna fixed his remote, programmed it. We did the reenactment with the tote. I did not like that at all. At all.
Right. But
that was a lot to take in, right, chatters? Especially when we've all seen for months this video being played over and over and over again. And for the life of me, I don't see how you can reenact a tote incident that was so detrimental to your demise and so heartbreaking. I don't see how you can reenact that with your abuser. That's something that's just very concerning to me. And I urge any woman, you know, that's ever been in a DV situation to never reenact scenes in which the alleged abuse took place. That's triggering, and it's just not healthy, you know, so that says a lot. One thing that I noticed in a live that's circulating around is there's a lot of pain when it comes to the siblings of Latruth's family, himself included. I will not laugh at a woman's pain. I will not mock Toya for showing emotion. I think that was raw, and I think there's a lot of hurt there. I also saw with the brother Kevin admitting that, you know, he was looking and hoping that his big sister would show up for him. That's a very private family matter. I wish them the best. I hope that truly works out, because it was heartbreaking. And it goes to show that when we are in situations with our mates, we have these conversations with them, and everyone, I can go on the record and say almost everyone has shared things with their mate about their family or situations that have taken place with their family. But you do that because your mate is your safe space, right? Your mate is the person that you can tell everything to. Never in a million years would you think your mate would make private conversations public for the world to see and literally affected relationships. I really hope that Toya and Dawn and Kevin and Robert could actually unite. I think that would be game changing in this ever-going saga, and hopefully that's the route that will be taken privately, and maybe that started the conversation yesterday, and hopefully many conversations to come. I think it's possible. I think that would be amazing, and like I said, I think it would totally change the dynamics in this ongoing saga. So another thing, and I want to apologize in advance, and I will not be playing that particular clip, but when it comes to certain sayings and certain slurs, we have to be really mindful of social media. I think in situations like this, a party is so concerned with showing or proving their rights or their wrongs or whatever have you to the court of Facebook or the court of social media. But the only thing that you need to be concerned with is if a judge is going to believe you, and if a judge is going to initiate any sorts of punishments. And that's the way we should be conducting ourselves, with always thinking, what would a judge think of this particular behavior? And a lot of things that were said and done paints a very, very dark future for a party if they continue to incriminate themselves. I was sent information in which a party, instead of admitting any wrong to a situation that occurred yesterday, their response was was that they will pop off in response to anyone speaking harm of their kids. However, in the live in which this party was quote unquote popping off, not once did they mention their children. They did, however, repeatedly use a slur, attacking someone's alleged sexuality who identifies as a straight male and is in fact a straight male. But one thing that stood out to me as anyone, I don't suggest nor do I recommend telling anyone to run up with knowing the definition. You are inviting negative energy. You are inviting confrontation. And it's very hard to take someone seriously with those threats who, even despite the brash delivery, it was very obvious that this party was holding back tears, despite being extremely hostile. But normally when you have been abused and are scared of a male, it alters your relationship. So to issue a public threat in which you're inviting a male to come run up on you in a physical manner, that is just completely opposite of being an advocate for DV and urging women to leave their abusers. We do not welcome that type of energy. We do not invite those types of men to come and see us. And have a listen for yourself. And as I always say, make sure you draw your own conclusions when it comes to situations like that. But this was a very concerning live, and any party that was involved, that was threatened or things of that nature, they literally just provided an open and shut case in a court of law, not social media. Y'all stay chatting.
You was scared, bitch. You was scared, bitch.
Why are you worried about?
I ain't running from shit.
I ain't running. Why are you worried about what your
Everybody know where the fuck I'm at, and I ain't running
If I
from
was
your
scared, I'd
gay
never
ass
call
nigga.
him.
You can get it too. You can get it too, bitch. Run up, bitch. You and your motherfucking wives. Run up. Sick of y'all, bitch.